Hello there. Can you hear us? Yeah. Oh, just a moment, just a moment. Sorry, we have a bit of sound issue. We're going to have to solve that first. Can you hear us? Hang on a moment. Unfortunately, we have a bit of sound issues. If you can hear us, please.
Check.
Yes, we can hear you. Awesome. All right. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right.
I was saying jokes and all that.
Sorry, you missed that.
That's why you cheated.
Okay. Can you see us? Is our webcam working fine?
Sorry?
Can you see us?
I cannot see you. I see a white pony with gray hair.
Oh no. Okay, that's bad.
No, it's kind of cute.
Okay. Can you see us now?
Hey!
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Brown right here. It's known as BlackGryph0n. All right. So we're going to kick off with casual questions first. Like, how was your day?
How was my day? Oh,
Yeah.
the hard-hitting questions right off the bat.
Right there.
My day was very cool.
Right.
Me and my mother, basically, who's there, and my sister, Susanna, we worked on that pretty much all day. And then we went to a friend's house and we sat around a bonfire, roasted marshmallows and hot dogs. My hot dog fell in the fire and I couldn't see it.
It's a normal day for you, isn't it? Okay, alright, so welcome to the Friendship Express with teleconference. As you can see, we have a small crowd here. Can you see?
Hi, small crowd.
Greetings from Malaysia. I believe that you haven't visited to Malaysia before, but you have been to Singapore. Is that correct?
I have. I've been to Singapore and Malaysia. I did a song in Malaysia. I think, let me check because I wrote it down. Oh, my mommy texted me. Hi, Mom. I hear feedback. Is that
That's us.
Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Songs. Right. I want to see if I did sing a song in Malaysian. I want to sing it for you to see if I'm still good at it. Kasih. Like that.
Hey, that's good. You got the language right. Is that right? Alright, so BlackGryph0n, we would like you to probably introduce yourself to the crowd because we have a mix of fans over here. Some really old fans from the beginning of the fandom and some really new ones. Well, basically, they don't know who you are, so perhaps a proper introduction just to kick us off.
Alright, I don't know who I am either, so that's cool, you guys. So let's see. I am Gabriel Brown in real life. I have a YouTube channel called BlackGryph0n, but it's spelled with a zero, so that's hard to pronounce. BlackGryph0n, so we just say I write a lot of music, sometimes with my brother Basic, sometimes with my friend Michelle Grieber, who is a voice actress on My Little Pony. I also work in entertainment as a voice actor and as a singer, so I've sang on My Little Pony and on Littlest Pet Shop, and I've voice acted in Geronimo Stilton. Finding Dory, I was Becky in Finding Dory, so if you saw that, we're going, that was me. There's other stuff too, but I can't remember it right now, because it's midnight where I am.
Oh, it's midnight, alright. Apologies for keeping you up so late. I hope it's not too much of a bother. Okay, maybe you can tell us a little bit of your earlier roles in the fandom. Like, what got you, what basically made you, got you out in the spotlight? What were the works about it?
breaking up a little bit, but did you ask me if you got me in the spotlight?
Yes, that is correct.
Alright. Honestly, I was in the Navy. I joined the US Navy. I started out in special operations, like the Navy SEALs. And I broke my leg, and so I cross-rated and became an MU, which is a musician in the Navy, and that's where I got to tour to Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Taiwan, Australia, and, you know, sing the songs in different languages and meet you guys. And in the meantime, I was communicating with some of the people working on this, you know, my TV show. I did some animations, you know, collaborating with the voice actors. I wrote some music to the show. And doing all that, I got, I collaborated with Joe Throughout. That was all while I was stationed in Japan, still. While doing all that, I started to get, like, following on YouTube. And I also started getting interest from agents up in Vancouver who told me basically, when you get out of the Navy, come up here, we'll take you on as a client, and then you can start auditioning and working in voiceover for sound good. So it's kind of like a gradual process. The work that I do on YouTube for fun isn't really my official career, but really I do it, and the money that I make on this, I put right back into making more music and to travel. Like I flew here to Mississippi, right now I'm in Newport, Mississippi, with my brother to work with music. It's money for the other music that I've done. So, and then professional career, I'm sober and you know, performing in TV shows and stuff like that.
Thank you very much. That was a very elaborate answer, because my next question was actually going to be tell us about your future works, which you partially answered already in regards with music. But perhaps you can elaborate a little bit more on your music, because I believe that you have some new album that you released recently.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm sorry, I was going to ask you what, you really echoey and you do tend to break a little bit on this end, but did you ask me about a new album or a new album?
The question was regarding your latest works in music, your latest album.
Oh, any, okay, repeat it one more time, good time. Was that the latest album?
Yes, the latest album, that's right. The latest
okay, any information?
Basically, what is your latest music works?
Okay, I will just talk about it. That's a big draft. I'm sorry, the internet's still here. Alright, yes, so our latest album is getting stronger. It's with Basic, my brother. He produced tracks, and Michelle Kramer, you know, Apple, and me. And we did kind of what the family did with our old album, Immortal. She just kind of wrote the songs based off of both the show, things from the show, like Here We Are, and then also our own life experience, you know, and then of course inside jokes, like Ice is an inside joke. Get It Stronger, the actual song about the villains and Mahoney and that kind of stuff. And we've actually recorded that as well in this studio I'm in right now, and the ISO booth where we record the, you know, music is in a room over there. But yeah, that's, and we just, you know, usually with Michelle and I, lyrics, we'll just sit together in a room and just bounce ideas back and forth, and both write them on our phones so we have what we like, and then we go record it. So yeah, that was that. And as far as new stuff, we're releasing a song. I'm actually releasing a song tomorrow. That's actually a song with Overwatch. I don't know if any of you guys play Overwatch, but it's an Overwatch song tomorrow.
I mean, you guys here play Overwatch? Anybody? Right there. Awesome. Right.
Awesome.
Right, very popular game. Alright, thank you very much for that insight into your album. One question we'd like to ask. You said that you've collaborated with Michelle Kramer. We all know that for a fact, but for how long have you two been collaborating already? Because it seems like it's forever.
Yeah, I have been collaborating with Michelle for a long time. I think that's what you asked, correct me if I'm wrong. The first collaboration was on the cover of It, and that was 4 years ago now, I think, yeah. And then we did an original song, then we did like Thriller, I think, basically produced that track. I produced the track for Beat It, he produced the track for Thriller. And yeah, when I worked in Vancouver, when I was living in Vancouver, I saw Michelle almost every day. We have the same agent, Caroline is our agent. So we go to we end up working together a lot, and we're friends, so that's just fine with us, But yeah, I have been collaborating on and off with Michelle for like the last 3 years, for sure.
Right, that's awesome. Okay, moving back to a question regarding the past, because we're covering both ends here, what you did in the past and what in the future. It is our understanding that you were military, you were in the military, is that correct?
I'm what, sorry?
You were in the military, is that correct?
Yes, military, yes. Was in the U.S.
Alright, maybe you can tell us a little bit more, maybe you've got any fun stories to share, experiences, because it's not often that our members of the audience who are actually quite young get any insight into how from a military brony goes into content creator. So maybe you can just elaborate more on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I joined the Navy, of course, My Little Pony wasn't a thing. I was 18. I joined for the Navy SEALs because I wanted to, fight for my country and make a difference. I guess that's usually the big reason people join. I ended up, while I was in training, breaking my leg. I actually broke it once before, but I was able to get in and pass the physical standard. There's a PST, it's a physical readiness test. You have to do like a certain amount of things to be able to get into the skill program. And you have to pass the IQ test and all that stuff. So I passed all that, got in. In training, I broke my leg again in a skydiving accident, and I washed out. I couldn't maintain the run times anymore, so I was out of the Navy SEAL program. And then I cross-trained the GM, Gunner's Mate, which is a weapons specialist. Basically, I had already been trained on the weapons in our military in the SEAL program, so it was kind of easy to transfer from that into GM. And then I volunteered for the choir on base, so I didn't have to stand and watch. And the chaplain, who's like the officer in charge of the church or whatever, was like, hey, you should audition for the Navy band. I had never heard of that, I didn't know what it was. But I did audition, and I got accepted, and so then I went to the School of Music, graduated, and then when I was in my first duty station in Millington, Tennessee, that's when I found out about My Little Pony, and I thought it was so funny. It was weird and quirky and funny, and that's what I liked about it. I think what a lot of people liked about it. It was so different from what I thought of when I thought My Little Pony. I thought of, a show for little girls, and of course, as you know, the show is not like that. So, yeah, I just, for fun, started doing art, actually. I started on DeviantArt as BlackGryph0n. And the art was getting a lot of attention, people really liked it, and I was like, hey, my job is to sing, how about I write a song about the show? I don't know many people were doing that. I think BlackGryph0n was the only one doing that at the time. So I wrote BlackGryph0n, my brother wrote the track for it, and then that got, really popular. The fan of people were calling it the anthem for a while. So I just kept writing music, and as far as being a brony in the military, I'm pretty confident. As a person, I'm pretty confident, and I didn't get picked on very much where people knew me. They knew that I wasn't, crazy or, so they figured, if they just started teaching me about it, I was like, okay, I know it's weird from the outside, but you can't really not until you watch the show. And, it's not, if it's not to be a fan of NASCAR or to be a fan of Game of Thrones, and it's not weird to be a fan of My Little Pony. If you watch it, you understand how the show goes and stuff like that. And they typically did understand. So that wasn't a huge problem for me. Yeah, I kept making content for fun on the side. And then as my career was drawing to a close, and sequestration happened, which got me out of the electric brigade, I started getting more attention from people who worked on the show, and from people who worked in lots of shows, because everyone in My Little Pony doesn't just work on My Little Pony; they work in a lot of other shows too. So it just kind of gradually became what it is now, and it's still a journey. I haven't arrived by any means, but my job is very fun, and it's different, but it's still still fun.
Alright, thank you very much for that very elaborate answer. Actually, you read my mind. I was going to ask the subsequent question, but you already answered all of them. I'm going to take a pause for a minute to ask, throw the questions to the floor. Has anybody's got interest? Because you elaborated quite a lot of topics right now. So try and get some questions here. Right, I'll pass it on.
Hey Dave! know that what do you think of the current status of the fandom right now?
Sorry? I'm sorry. I might have to ask many times what, because it's really echoey in there.
I would like to ask, what do you think of the current status of the fandom?
Oh, the current state of the fandom, is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, yeah, the current state of the fandom. You know, the fandom, like any fandom, it evolves and it changes, right? I mean, right now the fandom is different than it was when I got in. It's bigger than it was when I got in. And it continues to change and evolve. I think, unfortunately, as the fandom, when the fandom first started out, it was very much about kindness and acceptance and fun. And I feel like it's gotten to the point where like the people like Horse News involved, and there's a lot more anger and like aggression in the fandom than there was initially. But I don't think that means that the fandom itself is more aggressive than it was. I just think that because it's bigger and there are more people in it, the odds are greater that there's going to be a larger concentration of people who are a little more hostile, a little more angry. And again, since we've drawn a lot of attention from like the mainstream at this point, there are going to be a lot more people who attack. But the fandom as a whole, honestly, I don't think there's ever any more reason to. Because a lot of people come to me and they worry that the fandom is dying, or I'm like, you know, a fandom can die as long as you still enjoy it. You know, if you still enjoy it, you're afraid for it to die, you don't want it to die, and there are other people who are just like that, who still enjoy the show and don't want the fandom to die, then it's not going to die. It stays alive as long as people continue to support it and enjoy it. So the fandom's alive as long as you want it to be. Basically how I feel about it, so, yeah.
Alright, thank you very much.
I hope that answered your question.
Next question.
What would you advise people who want to get into music but they don't know anything about making music, like they don't know anything about chords or stuff like that?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Music question. Okay, so there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of music. There's so many different types of music. There's so many different ways to hit. Gosh, well, here's one thing I say. I can use music, but I don't. Music, get out. I go by what I hear in my head. So, if you want to, say you want to be a singer, if you want to practice being a singer, get a program, it's a free program called Audacity that you just record yourself, get that, and record yourself, listen back, like what you know, anything takes practice, certainly. So if you want to be a musician like a piano player, play piano until you like what you hear. So it really is more about your level of dedication than anything else, you know what I mean? So advice I would give is just figure out something that you want to do musically and then just start working on it. If it is singing, and that is the most advice that I would give, because that's what I do. That's been my job for the last years now. Oh my gosh, 8 years. Anyway, so yeah, my advice is to learn to sing. And you don't need piano playing time to a singer to read stuff that you enjoy. For yourself, throw some reverb on it, you know, and other things. Audacity is a great program, it's free. I promise it's not just sponsor them, it's a program. Another thing, get this in mind. This is USB audio thing that 20. It's $80 a night, USB. And I've had this forever. I've recorded this, and then you use my amplifier on this mic. So, and it's not that expensive, and it sounds really nice. So, piece of equipment, pretty cheap, and a very good guitar.
Alright, thank you very much. Next question is.
Hi, I'm going to Australia and I'm a big fan of your first album, Immortal, and I'd just like to ask, what's the main difference between being a lead member of the fandom and now being a part of the actual NLP vocal team and being a part of the show?
Okay, so I think I heard some of that. You were talking about and then did you ask what it was like sitting out in the bedroom speaking to the show?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I got, because it's okay. And that's really the first time I talked, first voice I talked to was actually Asian King. Some voiceover stuff, and she and I were emailing back and forth. She, on my phone, she really liked my music, which was like, oh, such an honor to me. And then she's like, oh, honey, you have to come up here, you have to meet my agent, you have to sign off with us, you know? And I'm like, I can't, because I'm in Japan, I'm American, Then the first time I met Andrea in person was also really cool, because I tweeted with her, that was like the first time I met her. And I was like, oh my gosh, Fluttershy's my favorite. And she's such a sweet, oh my gosh. Andrea speaks, her speaking voice is like Fluttershy. She's talking like this is the time. Not she talks. So it's just, oh, but then she'll swear. Like, and then Daniel hired me. First time he asked me again, because he heard my music. It didn't have to do with me working with Bell, it just had to do with, yes, the content that they liked, because they looked for the content. But he hired me to sing, and it was really cool going into a studio. Oh, this is such a big, it's so nice. He is a really nice studio. And yeah, that was, it's like so many of the songs I know were recorded. It's just a neat feeling. And then, I actually recorded some of the songs from Getting Stronger in Brian Adams' studio. So I got to record the mic that Michael they used for all his albums, and so that was cool. So yeah, it's been seeing in that's good, but it's also good what makes me continue to want to push through the craft business crap. And in this career, it's very instant. It's not a salary. You don't work every day and get a paycheck and pay your bills. You work, off the show and you do $1,000, and then you don't work for more, and you're like, crap, I gotta make money somehow, and so you'll release a song. It's kind of how the job is. The harder you work, the more money you make. It's not about salary, but it's worth it, I think.
All right, thank you very much. Next question.
All right. My question is pretty simple. Is there a story behind your username, BlackGryph0n?
Yes, that's a great question. Yes, it is actually. Okay, so 15, the movie The Chronicles of Narnia came out. Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe. I loved those books as a kid. I read them all the time. They were so good. And then the movie came out, and I was just like, oh my gosh, guys, the music, my Gary Griggs movies, so beautiful. Still Evacuating London's one of my favorite songs of all time from any soundtrack. So beautiful. And then the bad things happened, and with that griffin flying along and calling, and it's so big and beautiful, music of that land that talks in this beautiful British accent, and they got behind us, and numbers and weapons far greater than our own. I was like, that is majestic AF. I was like, that is such a majestic creature. And I was just like, I love the griffins. I love them. I want to own a griffin as a pet, and I want to ride it and fly all over the world on my griffin. And so, yeah, I was like a huge fan of griffins from that point on. And then when I turned 18, I saw How to Train Your Dragon. I really loved that. This Toothless looked like Stitch, a huge fan of Stitch. And so I then wrote I drew a picture of Toothless. It's like, I thought of this. I wonder if I could upload it to DeviantArt or something. And I was like, oh, I should have a DeviantArt account. What should I be called? Oh, I'll just call it BlackGryph0n. Because my computer was black, and I like griffins. So I did BlackGryph0n, and then this is again. It's like, it's like, well, I'll just make the O the zero. And that's what I did. And that's as simple as it was. And it's actually the reason first cut into my little things too, because I saw that there was a griffin in one of the episodes. So Bureau was actually the reason I started watching the show. So, yeah.
All right, that was a really good question. All right, once again.
Hi.
Hi.
So I was wondering if you can go to Equestria and live as a griffin, would you choose to live with the ponies or with your fellow griffins?
That is a good she's a little sleeper. Sure, you're a little sleeper. Michelle and I really think that Gabby is based on me. Gabby, the Griffin from that episode of the Simpsons, is based on me. She's the same color as my OC. Her name is Gabby. My name is Gabe. And she makes friends with the Simpsons, like I did. And, she can sing. So it's kind of thought, Michelle got the description back and she was like, oh, okay, I think this is supposed to be you. And I was like, yeah. So we don't know for sure, but it'd be cool if it was. But anyway, that episode proved that ponies and griffins can get along just fine. So I'd probably be a griffin, and I'm sure I'd get along with ponies and equestria.
All right, Isaac. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you play Overwatch.
Sorry?
You play Overwatch?
I'm so sorry. I might just have to ask you, is there a way to type the message if I can't understand you?
Okay, give me a second.
I'm so sorry. It's like, there. The mic is going through a speaker, which is being picked up by the mic. So it sounds like,
Yeah, it has the big effect.
it's like, yeah, like you're on the ground. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Typing. You mentioned that you played Overwatch. Alright, so I'll tell y'all. I actually don't play a lot of video games, but I like getting into things and learning about things, and I actually watched all the Overwatch cutscenes. So I know everything of the lore, I know the backstories, and I know the characters, and I like them. I love the background of everything, but I've actually never played it. I've watched people play it, but I have not played it. I haven't downloaded it or installed it. All my friends play it. Senior Smart plays it. Race plays it. Stacy Race Best, Bash Script. But I just know the lore, and I know that Lucio's VA, is very active, and he liked the idea of a song, so we're doing the song.
By the way, it's free weekend, so you can play for free.
It's the weekend, so I can play for free? Yes. Sorry, that's thing. Skype call. So you can play for free on the weekend. See, here's the thing though. If I want to release the song this weekend, I have to work pretty much all week to finish the animation. And then I have to record a song for a TV show for William Anderson. And I have to do that during the day. I don't have a lot of time to play. But I'm sure I will one day. Especially if the song gets a lot of attention, then I'll have to play it, right? I just feel bad.
Alright, awesome. I do have a question for you. I see a guitar in the background, so I was wondering could you play a song for us?
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know. These are way small for sure. If my brother's a though, maybe he could play and then I'll sing and I'll sing. Alright. 1 second, everyone. 1 second.
Okay guys, this brother is a musically inclined guy. His name is Basic. And if you ever heard his album, he collaborates with Basics and they make pretty good music. Actually like it much. Give it a try if you haven't already. Look up his YouTube channel. Latest album is Getting Stronger. Collaboration with Basics, collaboration with Michelle Trieber, the voice of Apple. So yeah, pretty much check it out guys.
Yeah, now I was going to grab the guitar and we can play something really great. Oh, sorry. It's late.
Sorry for waiting.
Alright, so let me know if you guys can hear this.
We can hear you loud and
Let's
clear.
do something? Or what are we? What should we play? Hopefully we know. Your request.
Getting stronger.
The request for Getting Stronger.
Getting Stronger?
That's hard.
Alright, how about Faster Than You Know, anything I'll suggest? Because Getting Stronger is hard to play on an acoustic guitar.
Yep, sure, that's fine. It works.
Okay. Alright. That's the chorus. stories have filled my head as I look for the answers of what I've read. Secretly waiting for my life to change. There's still 1,000 questions fill my veins, 'cause this world is bigger than I know. I'm losing all control. I never thought I'd make it. Now I know. Whoa, 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 whoa. This world's spent faster than you know. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I'd give anything to show what I'm fighting for, just what I'm fighting for. This world's been faster than you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. I'm not sure if you could hear, but there was a thundering applause right now. All right. So, one question regarding your collaborations. You mentioned you collaborated with BlackGryph0n. You mentioned that you collaborate with your brother bassist. Are there any other people that you collaborated with of late or in the past?
Very good question. Actually, I don't know if you listen to Riley Montes. She sings for Living Tombstone a lot. She sang Diana Fire, the 5 Minutes of Freddy's song.
Yes, we do.
She actually covered a few of my songs. She does like the voices and stuff. Adorable, very sweet girl, wonderful. J'aime the subscriber. She and I just collaborated on a Christmas song that's coming out on her channel soon. So watch for that. I think it's at the end of this month, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I wear a very nice suit and a red tie and I wear a gay shirt. So yes, indeed. And then there are a few others. I collaborated with Silverhound a while ago on a song called Egomania, so you can check that out. Of course, I did the Epic Battles of Equestria. I sang the song Buy Everything, the parody of Try Everything from Zootopia with AC Race Fest, who does the Brothers Rock stuff, so that was fun. And then Living Tombstone and I actually have some collaborations in the works, hopefully. So, coming up soon.
Right.
So yes, check and look for those things.
Awesome.
That's all I can think of now.
Awesome. You're certainly a man of many talents, collaborating with many people, making music, being in the military. Oh yes, one question. In the past, have you made PMVs before? Is it the Twine Delicious series? If I'm not mistaken. Was that by you?
Have I? Okay, did you ask if I have made PMVs before?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Actually, no. The PMV for Gotta Be a Brony was made by Jay Huller, and he let me upload it on my channel. He's credited in the description. But I myself have not made PMVs. I do a lot of video editing. Like I made a tutorial on how to build rockets because that was my hobby this summer. I built rockets, which was really fun. And I did all the editing for that. Me and my brother and my sister Susanna, we did a metal cover of Little Bunny Foo Foo just to be funny, and I edited that. That was really fun. But as far as PMVs are concerned, I have not personally animated or edited any of those. I did animate the Delicious videos, Twilight Delicious, Pink Delicious, Rainbow Delicious, which my sister voiced, by the way, Rainbow Delicious. Twilight Delicious, I don't remember how many I did. Apple Delicious. I did all those. I haven't used existing footage to make a PMV.
Alright, so now we know that you're able to do all these things. Actually, I'd like to know, for now, your career is, your main career is music, is that correct?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it was more music in the past. Now it's, my main career is music and voiceover. So, you know, I work schooling in both of those fields. But yeah, music is my favorite.
Alright, if music is your career, may I know what is your hobby in this case?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's what I was mentioning earlier. I have a lot of hobbies. I built high-powered lasers a couple of years ago for a while. I like to take electronics. I love science. So I built Tesla coils, really high voltage, 300,000 volt Tesla coils. A couple years ago, I was into quadcopters, so I designed and built my own MPV quads, little tiny quadcopters for sale, and then I would wear goggles and they would stream video to my eyes live so I could fly on board the quad, which is a ton of fun. And lately I've been into rockets. I've been building, 5-foot-tall model rockets. Now this is, I will pull up a picture on my phone and I'll show it to you because it's hard to explain otherwise. Alright, there you go. There.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's a big rocket.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It blew up though. Steve.
Alright. Alright, that's awesome.
Yeah, the video's on my YouTube channel.
Alright.
Probably.
How long does it take to make one of those things? It looks really impressive the way I see it.
That rocket was massive. That rocket was 8 feet tall. But the ones I usually build are 5.5 feet tall, and they take about hours to build. Not too long. But the engines take longer. I make my own rocket fuel using potassium nitrate and sugar. It's called RPD, some people. Potassium nitrate is the oxidizer, sugar is the fuel. And then I use iron oxide as the catalyst. And then I put it in a PVC pipe, and then I mix it with acetone as a binder for the rocket fuel, and then I pour it with the drill bit. Those take long.
Alright, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to point out this is a man of many talents right here. We've heard him talk a lot about his music, he does anime, a bit of PMP animations. Now he's talking about science. So yeah, is there anything you can't do?
Oh, yeah, there's lots I can't do. I just don't talk about it, so no one knows.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, while I can play piano a little bit, can play guitar a little bit, I'm not very good at it. So I avoid doing it, and that's, as you saw, I didn't want to play guitar, so I had my brother play it. It's a good way to segue. And I just sang because I know I'm okay at that. But, yeah, I can't dance. I can mimic a few Michael Jackson moves, and so that's all I do, but I can't dance. I'm a terrible, terrible dancer. Everyone else in my family can, and I look like, I don't know what I look like. I look natural.
Well, Gabe, I saw you do some awesome moves while I met you in Singapore. So I see there's a lot.
You mentioned Singapore. What did you say after that?
I saw you do some awesome dance moves while I met you in Singapore. And I said, right.
So wait, you watched me in Singapore performing?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my gosh! I can barely see. It's awesome. I know who you are. I can barely see the snake screens all fuzzy. Wow, I've been talking this whole time. I didn't even know it. Okay, yes, you actually danced with me, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw you. And just to make sure you recognize, I had to wear the shirt.
Yes, it's the same shit. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. That's awesome. I feel really stupid right now. I should say, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm going to send you a screen cap, and I'm going to show you what it actually looks like on my end. That's what I see. You're very blurry, so I can't actually tell. But now I know who you are. Yes, okay. He watched me in Singapore. We actually did Gangnam Style. Those aren't dance moves, okay? That doesn't count as dancing.
Well, it started a trend, so I'm going to count it as a dance move.
Oh man.
So,
yeah, Singapore was.
So you mentioned before that you do a lot of hobbies from rocket to quadcopters. You still do photography?
Uh-oh, you're breaking up.
You still do photography?
I'm so sorry, you're breaking up now. I can't hear everybody. Can you type it real quick? I'm sorry, you guys. I don't think you hear me okay. You feel really bad. I'm trying.
You got a question?
Do I still do photography? Yes. Yes, I do. I still have most of it. It's in the other room. And it's the safest part. I believe. But yeah, I do actually Instagram with a lot of different photographs and shit. The favorite thing to photograph in Arizona is the sunset because, oh my god, it's beautiful. And I caught this adorable snake today. Look at how cute he is. It's like, I have, oh yeah, I made a Master Chief cosplay for the Hermes reactor videos. Hold on, I got this, man. Don't worry. Alright, just a picture of two hummingbirds at a hummingbird feeder that I took a little while ago. Hummingbirds. And hold on, I got this. I got some more. Just sit tight, everyone. Welcome to slowness. That is me. I have more. Aha! I'm very happy with. Here's a bat that I photographed that was feeding out of our hummingbird feeder. So that took some. And let's see, I had one more really pretty picture of the night sky. The stars are so beautiful out here in Arizona. I'm not even in Arizona. Alright, where is it? Oh, there it is. Wait. I think I found it. Here's me with one of my high-powered lasers at night.
Including laser.
So that's so technically, human crystal exists. It's an infrared laser, and it has a crystal that resonates at half the frequency. So it comes in at 1,000 amperes, and then the crystal's usually the projection with aluminum garnet. That's what the official chemical composition name of the crystal is. And it resonates at 532 nanometers, which we perceive as green. So technically, it's an infrared resonance. It's pure green, but it's not really.
Is that the same reason that you burn your wallet on?
What?
Is that the same laser that you burn your wallet with?
Is that the thing that I
Burn.
That I burn? Yes, I do. I can burn it.
Alright, just if you know.
Alright, I'm opening the floor to the audience. Putting up questions to the audience. Follow question.
I would like to ask, will you do a world tour for your music?
Sorry about that. I'm so sorry. You'd like to ask, and then I didn't hear.
Alright, the question was, would you do a world tour for your music?
Oh, would I do a world tour? We already have, sort of. Last year, Michelle and I toured most of Europe. So I guess it was a world tour. But we toured most of Europe for our Getting Stronger. So we went to Germany, France, the UK, well, I guess it was UK, England, and Poland. And where else did we go?
What about Asia? Have you ever been to that?
And then Canada, of course, and a few places in the US. So I guess, I would like to go back to Asia. I really would actually miss it a lot. And as you know, I have friends up there, and I was talking to one of them for half an hour, and I didn't even know it until he pointed out, because it's such a blurry picture. But, yes, I would hope so. But it really depends on how popular the music gets. If the music doesn't get really popular, then it's not really lucrative to tour because you end up spending more money on traveling and bringing gear to the country than you make when you perform there. And thus it ends up costing money and taking up time that you could be using to write more music. So tours are really only good for promoting the album. So yeah, I would love to go on a world tour. people watch a video, the more YouTube prefers it on the related searches list. So it really is just about getting the views and getting the likes and getting subscribers. That is how you boost your revenue stream. So you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. Of course, it'd be very greatly appreciated, but I'm not trying to tell you guys you should. I'm just saying, even watching is something. So I appreciate even really.
All right, there we have it. We've got one more question here.
This is V8, by the way. So you know, V8 Cheez-Its is cereal for the nighttime. It's so good. My God. There you go.
All right then. My question is that since you have proven to yourself that you are multi-talented, you are skillful in many in different sorts of stuff. So my question would be, how are you going to decide which talent are you going to focus on to go through to your career?
That's an excellent question, and I'm still trying to figure out the answer myself. This is kind of my philosophy for living, you guys. I don't need to decide exactly what I'm going to do now and tomorrow and for the rest of my life. I'm very much a fly with the seat of my pants guy, if you know what I mean. I don't know if the expression makes sense, but basically I do what I enjoy doing. And sometimes that changes, and then I change what I'm doing. But I don't think it's wrong to try multiple things, and then if one particular field starts to take off, focus on that for a while. And then as that dies down, focus on something else. I mean, life's going to throw curveballs at you, and if you're not ready to take a few hits and keep going, that maybe the entertainment industry isn't for you, because that's what you're going to get. You're going to get people who hate you for seemingly no reason, people who make up things about you and believe it, that's hard for me, because I'm actually kind of a sensitive person, and when people spread nasty words about me that aren't even true, it's really hurtful, because I don't understand why would someone do that, I've never done that, so yeah, but that's the kind of stuff that you deal with in this industry and in this career, it's not stable, it's not consistent, so I don't know, I mean, I could release a song on YouTube that gets international acclaim and then get signed by a label and end up doing music for the rest of my life. Or I could get an audition for, Finding Nemo 3 and work, the supporting character and then end up being a voice actor for the rest of my life. It's unpredictable. So the truth is, I'm just going to try everything that I like and that I know how to do, and whatever catches on, catches on. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Right, that's awesome. We have Overwatch fan. We have a question here.
Hi again. Hi. So I was just wondering, do you have a favorite Overwatch character?
Very good question. You know what? The Overwatch characters are so diverse and unique. It's really hard to pick a favorite, isn't it? I mean, I like Tracer, and I know that's kind of cliche. Tracer's got the coolest power, and she's got an adorable accent, and she's so awesome. I also really like Winston, though. I don't know if that's a popular opinion. I like his backstory. I like his he's a scientist and a brilliant, amazing person, and he's not even a person to me. I think that's so cool. I'm writing the song that me and my sister. Yes, awesome. That's perfect. Samba. I knew someone was going to do that. That's perfect. Yes. Samba is a new addition. Didn't see that. Actually, the song that we're writing is about Lucio and Diva, because I think a lot of people ship them, and they're both kind of mutual fans of each other in the game, which I think is cute. It's going to be cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. I guess the answer is, it's hard to pick a favorite. They're all really good, and I like all of them in their own way. So, but I guess the first character that comes to mind is Tracer, so I guess I'll start with that.
Tracer, right? Not a big fan of Overwatch, but I heard many good things about it. Okay, so I want to ask, one, a bit more interesting to go back into the past, into early Boni days. Maybe actually know how did you first?
I'm so sorry. Did you ask me a question? This is sister's motivation testing. She's. All right. Yeah, she's putting her toothpaste on her toothbrush now.
Okay.
Now she comes brushing, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah brushing her teeth.
Awesome. Okay.
Back to the question. I'm so sorry.
It's alright, no problem. It's all fine. It's all fine. The question is, how did you first heard about MLP? Like your origin story. First heard about MLP.
How did I first hear about MLP? Big question. Real quick, I'm going to turn this light off because it's blind me, but I keep talking off screen. How is he doing that? He's invisible.
He must be a ghost. Oh my god, it's crazy.
Don't be a son. It's not real. Or are they? Nobody knows for sure.
Dad, you're scaring me.
It's all right. Okay, I'm back. How did I get into MLP? Well, to be honest, it took a few pushes. My sisters, now I'm like a criminal, I'm like, I'll be interviewed. My sister used to be a photographer. When they were kids, and it annoyed me, gosh, it annoyed me so much as before the current generation. I just thought it was so bad, it was so cheesy and dorky. And so when I saw that there was a new movie coming out, and all these clips were popping up on the internet, you know, I started thinking, what is this? Like, the first clip I saw was the Pinky, she goes in the woods. No Fluttershy singing in that deep voice, Pinky doing the dance with the songs on her top, and I was like, what is this? I have to see some context. So I watched the episode, and I was like, that wasn't what I expected. But then I forgot about it. And then a couple months later, I saw a fan art, just happened across a fan art, Rainbow Dash, and killed it. And I was like, that's Griffin. I like Griffins. What's from? And it said the title notice is from, wow, I forgot the name of the episode. All the Friends, something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, yes. Yeah, it was the Griffin episode, the killed episode. And so yeah, I looked it up, and I watched it. I remember watching the episode before, it was pretty good. So, I'm just gonna keep watching this episode. And then from that point, the story is there. You watch one episode, you're like, yeah. And you watch another, you're like, that's good. You watch another, you're like, wow, this is really good. And you're like, oh my gosh, I love that show. And that's kind of that. But at the time, there were only 8 episodes out. I got in pretty early. So, then I started drawing fan art. It was fun. Inkscape, and people like that. And I kind of just grew with it and stuff. So that's kind of my origin story. Not the most interesting, but it's the truth.
Actually, it's very similar to many of us. Actually, many of us became fans of the show through around the same process that you did. It's pretty interesting. We have one more question here.
Yes.
Hi. I was just wondering, because there's a lot of up-and-coming musicians from the fandom, I was wondering if you ever plan to work with some of the new vocalists in the fandom and stuff, because, yeah, there's a few up-and-coming ones.
If I were in the fandom, I'm so sorry. It's a question that I go, what? And then I go, because that's what just happened. But yeah, you asked me about the fandom, but I couldn't quite hear it.
Well, there are a few newer musicians coming out of the fandom, and a few of them are vocalists as well. Do you have any plans to maybe do a project in the future with one of these people?
Okay, I'm so sorry, you're going to have to type it down because I can't hear very well right now. The thing that does this like, I'm so sorry, it does the same thing. I can hear you. You have to pick up, and then I'm like, oh boy. So that's what's going on right now. Yeah, I heard heard the word family multiple times, so that's there. I see you typing. See next right is typing. Come and see. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good stuff on my feet. I don't know if I'm losing it, but there's something I'm gonna leave. Keep it still. Are you scared? There's prepositions happening in the film. Will you have any future plans to work? That's a good question. I don't know. It really depends. It's on a few things. It depends on if I have time. It depends on if music is something that I feel like, would be something that I could gel with, that I could get into. And it also depends on if they ask. I mean, that's a good thing. If you go onto my, comments or my messages on YouTube and ask me to collab. I don't know. I don't have any plans at the moment to work with anyone, but that's not to say that I don't want to, just to say that I haven't really thought of it. Getting stronger just enough to have a little bit of a recreation session. I'm in Arizona at home, I'm in the Rockets, now I'm in Mississippi, and I'm starting projects that are, I'm going to do, and we're doing an Overwatch song, we're doing Straight to Things song, and we're probably going to do a Movie Kit song too. So it's, it's just branching out.
Right, okay, so we're approaching the end of the interview. Just turn it a little bit around, and why don't we ask you if you have any questions for us at this point?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Sure.
So first off, you said that not everyone wears roadies. I'm kind of curious who the people that are there, why are they there? It's not,
How many are there?
not the roadies, they just didn't know well.
Alright, why don't we have some of you guys come to the webcam and all say hi to him. Come guys, come. Come guys, I'll show you how big we are. Here we are.
Awesome! Hi everyone!
It's a bit hard to describe exactly how big we are, but I would say it's about maybe three large classrooms full of people here. The vendors at the back over there. Fortunately, we can't take the camera to show you around. But yeah, we are nowhere big as any of the US conventions. And we're not really con, we're not any other cons. But we're small and we still like the show. We're international.
That is really cool. I'm seeing everybody. Hi! There you go. Yes, awesome. Sandra and Sandra.
I would like to say that we may be small, but we have hearts as strong as horses.
Okay. So further to that, then, how many people are there at the convention?
About 40. Yeah. Our numbers are about 40.
More than that. Tomorrow is about 60. Make it 70.
We have 40 registered attendees over here.
Awesome.
40.
Awesome.
Alright. Okay guys, I think that's it for the round here. It's 1 a.m. Is that right? Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, for being here.
I'm really sorry I couldn't hear you guys very well. I feel really bad. I hope you guys were doing well. I hope I answered your questions.
You did awesome. I mean, you got all of the questions right. Actually, you're a man of many talents. You're even great at interpreting echoey voices. So, there was no issues. You really enjoy yourself. Thanks for entertaining all of us here, all the way from Malaysia. So, guys, I give you a round, BlackGryph0n. Signing off.
Thanks very much.